Alright, well this is Steven here with Nomad Productions, and this is the first video where we're going to show you a little bit about cropping and saving images with the first program we're going to use, which is Preview. For those of you that don't want to sit and try to play with it for a while and figure it out on your own, this will be nice, quick, easy way for you to do this. If you watched my file management video, which I highly recommend in my previous video, we had made this folder on the desktop after our business name, and we had created a My Photos folder that we can also use and put in, invoicing, receipts, maybe projects that don't involve photos, and have all those here. Right now we just have My Photos. And then we had created a test for video project from our projects template. And I went ahead and took the liberty of changing the files we're going to save stuff to trees and bushes. Because as I look through some of the test ones that I got, we got 1 bush and 4 tree pictures. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and open this guy. We're just going to control click, open with Preview. Alright. So what we have is this pretty cool image. I like it. Very shallow depth of field. Expand a little bit. Zoom out just so we can kind of get it in its full view. Okay, so here we are. Now, unfortunately, if you have a picture like this and you want to do it horizontally, well, you can't. So what I'm going to show you is, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of your photos on Instagram and you want to be doing that from your computer, you cannot select something, right, and then file and save as something else. That will not work. You're not really doing anything. The trick with with Preview is to copy and paste it. So we're going to go ahead and let's say, for example, we just want something like so. We would need to go to Edit Copy. Alright, so I went ahead and copied it. And we're going to go to New from Clipboard. What this is going to do is it's going to open up a new window that we can then save with only the selection that you have here in this box. Alright, so here we have our new image. You'll see it is untitled, and it is only the selection we made. And so then we can go up here to File and go to Save As, and it is going to pull up a little box. And here's a little trick with at least a Macintosh. This little arrow right here, you click that, and it expands to show you a more detailed view of where you're saving it to. So we know that we had saved to our desktop. We had saved a file with our business name. We had My Photos. We will go to the project file, go to Finals, since this is all we want to do with this, and go to Bushes. Click on that. So now we know that this is going to save as whatever title we put in the bushes. So let's just call this, I'm going to call this Bush Stem. Nothing sexy about that, but that is okay. Down here we're going to choose our format, and we're going to choose JPEG. What that essentially is one of the more common compressed picture types that get uploaded to your website. And we're just going to go ahead and choose Best. JPEG is like compatible with pretty much anything you can use it for. Okay, we're going to not hide extension because I want to know what things I have in JPEG and are not. And I'm going to go ahead and click Save. And it's probably going to take some eternity time that I will edit out, but it will now save our photo to that specific place. We can go ahead and minimize these, and we can go to our Finals folder whenever my computer starts responding again. Finals, Bushes. Aha, there we go. There is our picture. And it looks lovely. Now, something you will notice, or may not notice about this photo, is that it's not a perfect square. Now, if you're doing something on Instagram or you're uploading your picture to different, your website that has, only a square image, you're going to have to be a little more exact on it. So we're going to keep the rectangular selection here, and we're actually going to hold down the shift button. All right, and then we're going to start, and we're going to kind of click somewhere where we want the square to start and expand it. All right, and then we're going to release both at the same time. Boom. What shift does when you hold it is it makes it only choose a completely square selection. So you cannot do a rectangle when you hold down the shift button, this is great because it gives us a chance to not have to do any sort of trial and error. We literally just click shift, hold it down, make our selection, and it will absolutely be a perfect square every single time. Great. So now we have that, and we were literally going to go through the same exact method that I showed you before. We're going to copy it. And I'm going to go to File, New from Clipboard. All right, so here is our perfectly square selection. We're going to go File, Save As. We're going to go ahead and put it in the same folder that we did before, which is bushes, which is selected from last time. But I want to do something slightly different. I'm going to change that to Format JPEG, maybe best. When we title this, let's say, for example, you're wanting to put something on Instagram, right? Which is why I suggested doing it in a perfect square. Or if your website takes something that's perfect square, I would say this is, let's see, bush stem square. So that way, when we go through our project, we know that we have a bush stem that is more of a rectangular size, and then we have one that is perfectly a square. So that way, there's no guesswork. We just can go exactly to the specific one. We're going to go ahead and save that. One last thing I'm going to show you before we quit here, and that is to notice that when we select something, you'll notice on the bottom right-hand corner you have, a number by another number, and what this is the pixel count, and this is pixels is a common unit to refer to the size of something. So let's say, for example, video, for example, is 1920 by 1080 for full HD. Okay, so let's go ahead and click Select Rectangular Selection. And say, for example, we wanted to get just the top portion. Now let's do the middle portion because it's a little sharper. And we'll do it in a full HD, which is 1920 by 1080. We can go ahead and pull this across. So let's do 1920 by 1080. At least if we get it close. All right, that's about right. And then we can move it to about here. And then when we click and save this, this will actually be if you have a video you're putting together and you want to grab a portion of a still image before you start editing, you can do that, and just by knowing the pixel. And that way, if you have a website that only takes say 600 by 400 or whatever else, you can literally go through and highlight that exact or very close to that exact pixel amount for your website. So that way, if any resizing happens, it's literally within 5 pixels or less, and that way you won't have an image that squishes or stretches. So let's go ahead and copy and move from clipboard, and boom, here we have our very intense close-up. Not as sharp as I wanted it, but that's okay. But either way, here is our image that will fit perfectly with any 1920 by 1080 video and just look beautiful, that we can go ahead and save and copy and paste into our project. So hopefully that is helpful for you in using a free and useful editing platform called Preview on the Mac, that you'll be able to effectively size up your images for your website without any sort of weird stretching or squishing. Thank you.